Hey everyone, ready to dive into the world of Shopify and unlock some serious growth potential?
I'm ready.
Awesome. Today we're dissecting an article by Mohammed Tufekcioglu, the founder of Growth Suite, called How to Grow Shopify Store.
Oh, yeah, I've seen this article. Lots of good stuff in there.
It's packed with insights, so whether you're already running a Shopify store or just dreaming of launching one, stick with us. We're going to break it all down.
Yeah, he really gets into the nitty-gritty.
Absolutely. And one of the things that really struck me right off the bat is that Tufekcioglu challenges the idea that growth is all about vanity metrics, like likes and followers.
Ah, yeah. He's all about the real deal, right? Shipping more products, building a thriving business.
It's about results,
Yeah.
not just chasing numbers.
Totally. And to achieve those results, he introduces this concept he calls the nucleus of growth.
The nucleus of growth. Okay, now I'm intrigued. Tell me more.
So think of it as the core of your business, the heart of it all. It's all about conversion. Getting someone who lands on your store to say, I need this, and actually click that buy button.
So it's not just about attracting any random visitor. It's about attracting the right visitors.
Exactly. And to do that, you need two key elements working together. Your ideal customer profile, or ICP,
Your ICP, got it.
and your offer, which is sometimes called your value proposition.
So ICP is about who you're selling to.
It's about recognizing that not everyone will be your customer, and that's okay. You need to pinpoint that specific group that'll be passionate about what you offer.
Okay, so you're not trying to be everything to everyone. You're focusing on the people who are most likely to love your products.
Right. And once you've got your ICP nailed down, then your offer comes in. That's what makes you stand out.
It's like, why should they choose you?
Exactly. What problem are you solving for them better than anyone else?
He gives this great example in the article, a Shopify store selling high-end organic baby clothes. They've identified their ICP as eco-conscious parents who are all about health and style for their kids.
Makes sense. And their value proposition.
It's all about giving parents that peace of mind, knowing their baby's wearing the safest, healthiest, and most stylish clothes around.
Oh, I like that. Peace of mind, that's a strong angle.
Right. It's not just about the clothes themselves, it's about the feeling they provide.
But Tufekcioglu doesn't stop there. He takes it a step further and really pushes us to understand our audience deeply.
Deeply, okay.
Yeah, he talks about using empathy maps to uncover their needs, their fears, everything.
So it's more than just demographics. It's about understanding what makes your ideal customer tick.
Precisely. And once you truly get them, you can create an offer they can't resist. He even shares this example of a supercharged value proposition. I love this one.
Oh, let's hear it.
Picture this. Experience the ultimate peace of mind knowing you're dressing your baby in the safest, healthiest, and most stylish organic clothing available, delivered with lightning delivery speed and a guaranteed 30-day full refund.
Whoa, that's a mouthful.
But effective, right?
It is. It hits all the key points.
Yeah.
Quality, safety, speed, and no risk. They're not just selling clothes, they're selling an experience.
That's the power of a strong value proposition. It connects with your ideal customer on a deeper level, almost emotionally.
It's like, I didn't know I needed this, but now I can't live without it.
Exactly.
Now hold on, because the article doesn't just drop the mic there. It goes on to outline 6 core strategies for scaling your Shopify store.
He gives you a roadmap. It's awesome.
It's like he's saying, okay, you've got the foundation, now let's build something incredible. So, are you ready to hit the road?
I am. Let's do this.
What's our first stop on this journey?
First stop, we're tackling strategy number 1. Convert more visitors from your traffic.
So it's not enough to just get people to your site. You've got to make sure they actually become customers.
It's all about making your store a conversion machine.
I like it. So how do we do that?
Well, think about it like this. You need to eliminate any friction in the buying process, any reason for hesitation.
Make it a no-brainer.
Exactly. Tufekcioglu lays out some really practical tips, like making sure your value proposition is crystal clear on your homepage. The minute they land, bam, they get it.
No confusion?
And using high-quality photos and videos that showcase your products in the best possible light.
Make them drool.
And of course, that checkout process. It needs to be smooth and intuitive.
Easy peasy.
All those little things add up to a seamless, enjoyable experience that makes people want to click that buy button.
I'm already thinking about my own website. Definitely see some room for improvement there.
That's the point. It's about taking action, putting these insights to work.
Love it. Okay, so that's strategy number 1. What's next on our growth roadmap?
Strategy number 2 is all about getting laser focused on reaching your ideal customer. It's called Reach Your Ideal Customer More and Better.
So not just spraying and praying.
Nope. This is about being strategic. You're choosing the right platforms where your ideal customer hangs out, and you're tailoring your message to resonate with them.
So if my ideal customer is a busy mom on Instagram, I'm not wasting my time on LinkedIn.
You got it. It's about speaking their language, meeting them where they are.
This is making me realize how important it is to really know your audience, not just guess.
It's the foundation for everything. And once you've got that understanding, you can build real relationships, and that's where the magic happens.
Turning casual browsers into loyal fans.
Exactly.
Hmm.
Speaking of loyal fans, strategy number 3 is all about leveraging the power of word-of-mouth marketing. Get new customers from your customers.
Oh, I love this one. It's like the modern-day version of your neighbor recommending a plumber.
It's gold. People trust recommendations from their friends and family more than any ad.
It's social proof at its finest.
Absolutely. And there are so many ways to encourage your customers to spread the word about your brand.
Referral programs. User-generated content.
Exactly. Give them incentives, make it easy for them to share their love for your products.
The article actually mentioned a study that found companies with referral programs have a higher customer lifetime value.
Makes sense, right? Happy customers bring in more happy customers. It's a win-win.
Definitely adding start a referral program to my to-do list.
It's worth it. It's such a simple way to tap into a powerful source of new customers.
So far, these strategies are all making a lot of sense, but I'm already feeling like I need a whiteboard to keep track of it all.
It's a lot to take in, but trust me, it's all connected. Each piece builds on the last.
Okay, I'm ready for the next piece. What comes after we've mastered those first 3 growth strategies?
Well, we've talked a lot about attracting new customers, but what about keeping the ones you already have? That's where strategy number 4 comes in. Make them easy to buy from you again.
The art of customer retention.
You got it. It's much easier and more cost-effective to keep a customer than to find a new one.
So how do we do that? How do we create those loyal, repeat customers?
Tufik Pen cautions against just relying on discounts. It's about building real relationships.
Offering value beyond just the product itself.
Exactly. Becoming a trusted resource, a brand people want to be a part of.
But what does that look like in real life? Can you give me a concrete example?
Well, remember our organic baby clothes company? What if they created a YouTube channel offering advice for new parents, like how to choose the right clothes, how to create a sleep schedule, all that stuff?
It's like they're becoming a parenting guru, not just a clothing brand.
Exactly. It builds trust and authority. They could even host live Q&A sessions on social media offering personalized advice.
It's all about creating that community, that sense of belonging.
And what about a loyalty program that rewards repeat customers with more than just discounts? Maybe early access to new collections or invitations to special events?
It makes them feel valued, like they're part of something special.
Exactly. It's all about adding value at every touch point, going above and beyond.
This is making me rethink my whole approach to customer relationships.
It's a whole new mindset. Instead of just focusing on the transaction, you're cultivating a community of loyal fans.
I love it. Okay, strategy number 4. Check. What's next?
Strategy number 5 is about playing a long game. It's called marketing to prospects not ready to buy yet.
So recognizing that not everyone who visits your store is ready to pull out their credit card right away.
Right. But just because they're not ready now doesn't mean they never will be. It's about capturing those leads and nurturing those relationships.
It's like planting seeds for future growth.
Exactly. And a great way to do that is to offer something valuable in exchange for their contact information. Tufik Yapen gives the example of offering a free ebook.
Makes sense. Like our organic baby clothes brand could offer an ebook called The Ultimate Guide to Dressing Your Baby.
Perfect. It's relevant, it provides value, and it positions them as an expert.
And once you have their email, you can continue nurturing that relationship through email marketing.
You keep your brand top of mind, offering helpful tips and exclusive offers.
It's like guiding them gently through the sales funnel without being pushy.
Exactly. It's all about building that trust and rapport.
This is opening my eyes to a whole new world of marketing possibilities. I love it. Okay, 5 down, 1 to go. What's the final strategy on our list?
Strategy number 6 is all about expansion. It's called expanding to new market segments and markets.
This sounds like the ultimate goal, but I'm guessing it's not something you jump into lightly.
Definitely not. Tufik Yapen emphasizes that this is the final stage in the growth process because it requires a lot of effort and resources.
Yeah.
You need to have a solid foundation first.
It's like you don't start climbing Everest without making sure you've got the right gear and the right team.
You need to have those first 5 strategies nailed down before you start thinking about expanding.
Okay, so what does expansion actually look like? What are some examples?
Well, For our baby clothes company, it could mean launching a new product line, like organic toys or baby care products.
It's like they're branching out, building on their existing brand and customer base.
Right. Or they could start targeting a new customer segment, like grandparents.
Or they could expand into new geographical markets.
The possibilities are endless. But the key is to be strategic and leverage the momentum you've built.
Don't just chase shiny objects. Choose opportunities that make sense for your brand.
Exactly. And always keep those core principles in mind. Your ideal customer, your value proposition, and providing an exceptional customer experience.
Those are the guiding lights on this journey.
Now, let's shift gears a bit and talk about the tools that can help you implement these strategies. Because, as you know, the Shopify App Store is overflowing with options.
Over 8,000 apps. It's incredible, but also overwhelming.
It's like walking into a giant supermarket and trying to figure out what to buy for dinner.
So many choices. How do you even know where to start?
Well, luckily, Tufek Yapan offers some great advice for navigating the App Store. He gives us a checklist of things to consider before we install anything.
A checklist. I love checklists. Give me that checklist.
All right, first up, branding. You want to make sure the app you choose doesn't add its own branding to your store.
We don't want any logo clashes.
Keep it clean and consistent. Next, consider the impact on your page speed. A fast website is crucial.
No one wants to wait for a slow website to load.
Exactly. You want people to have a smooth, enjoyable experience.
Okay, what else?
You also want to make sure the app doesn't interfere with your store's code or your theme.
No tech headaches, please.
It's all about choosing apps that integrate seamlessly.
And of course, the app should enhance the user experience, not detract from it.
It should make things easier for your customers, not more complicated.
That's key.
And finally, make sure the app is customizable and easy to use.
We don't want to spend hours figuring out how it works.
Choose tools that empower you, not frustrate you.
This checklist is a lifesaver. I feel much more confident about navigating the Shopify App Store now.
It's all about being intentional with your choices, not just grabbing whatever looks shiny.
So as we wrap up this first part of our deep dive, I'm already feeling like I've got a ton of actionable insights.
It's a lot to process.
It is. But the main takeaway for me is that growing a Shopify store is not about luck. It's about strategy.
It's about building a system, a well-oiled machine that works for you.
And that starts with truly understanding your customer and crafting an offer they can't resist.
And then using the right tools and strategies to bring it all together.
Well said. We'll be back soon for part 2 of this deep dive, where we'll continue unpacking Tufek Yapan's insights and exploring even more strategies for Shopify success, so stay tuned.
All right, welcome back to our Shopify Growth Deep Dive.
Back for more.
You bet. Before we jump into strategy number 4, let's quickly recap where we left off.
Yeah, sounds good. We started by unpacking the nucleus of growth, that powerful combo of your ideal customer profile and your value proposition.
Right, that core foundation.
And then we explored the first 3 of those 6 growth strategies. Converting more visitors, reaching the right customers, and leveraging referrals.
Those first 3 steps on the growth ladder.
Exactly. So what's next? How do we keep climbing?
Well, now we're going to shift our focus to turning those first-time buyers into loyal, repeat customers.
Okay, that's strategy number 4.
Yeah.
Make them easy to buy from you. Again, I'm ready to dive in.
All right, so we've got to remember that keeping a customer is way more cost-effective than constantly hunting for new ones.
It's about building those lasting relationships.
Exactly. Turning those one-time shoppers into raving fans who just keep coming back for more.
So how do we do that? How do we create that kind of loyalty?
Well, Tufek Yapan warns against just relying on discount emails. That's not going to cut it.
It's got to be more than just a sale.
It's about providing real value, finding ways to engage with your customers beyond just the transactional stuff.
So becoming a trusted resource, a brand they genuinely connect with.
Precisely. A brand they want to be a part of.
Okay, that makes sense. But can you give me a concrete example? How does this look in practice?
Remember our organic baby clothes brand?
Yeah, the one with the awesome value proposition.
What if they created a YouTube channel with helpful advice for new parents?
Like how to choose safe and stylish baby clothes, that kind of thing.
Exactly. It's relevant, it's informative, and it positions them as experts.
They're not just selling clothes, they're providing real value.
And they could even host live Q&A sessions on social media, giving personalized advice.
It's like building a community around their brand.
That's the idea, a community of loyal, engaged customers.
And what about a loyalty program that rewards repeat customers with more than just discounts?
Oh, I love that idea.
like early access to new collections or invites to special events.
It makes them feel special, appreciated.
It's like, we love you. Thanks for being a part of this.
It's all about going above and beyond, exceeding their expectations.
This is making me realize how much potential there is to connect with customers on a deeper level.
It's a whole new way of thinking about customer relationships.
Okay, strategy number 4. Nailed it. What's next on our list?
Strategy number 5 is all about playing the long game. It's called marketing to prospects not ready to buy yet.
So what about the people who visit your store but don't buy anything?
Just because they're not ready to buy now doesn't mean they'll never be ready. This is about capturing those leads and nurturing those relationships over time.
It's like planting seeds and waiting for them to sprout.
Exactly. And the key is to offer something valuable in exchange for their contact information.
Like a lead magnet.
Tufik Japan uses the example of a free ebook.
I like that. So our baby clothes brand could offer a free ebook on, say, creating a safe and stylish nursery.
Perfect. It's
Yeah.
relevant, it's valuable, and it allows them to start building that relationship.
And once they have their email address, they can keep in touch through email marketing, sharing helpful tips and exclusive offers.
Keep their brand top of mind without being too pushy.
This is all about patience, isn't it?
It's about playing the long game, understanding that building trust takes time.
Okay, 5 strategies down, 1 to go. What's the final piece of the puzzle?
Strategy number 6 is all about expansion, expanding to new market segments and markets. It's the exciting part.
Yes, world domination.
Well, maybe not world domination just yet, but this is about taking your existing success and finding new avenues for growth.
The leveling up. But I'm guessing this isn't something to rush into.
You're right. Tupik Kapan stresses that this is the final stage for a reason. You need to be prepared.
It's like you don't go running a marathon without training for it first.
You need to have those first 5 strategies mastered before you start thinking about expanding.
Okay, so what does expansion actually look like? What are some examples?
Well, for our baby clothes brand, it could mean launching a new product line. Maybe they start selling organic baby toys or skincare products.
Building on what they already do well.
Or they could target a new customer segment, like grandparents.
Or expand into new geographical markets. Start shipping internationally.
There are so many options. But the key is to approach it strategically. Leverage what you've already built.
Don't just chase shiny objects. Choose opportunities that align with your vision.
Exactly. And as you expand, always remember those core principles: your ideal customer, your value proposition, and delivering a top-notch experience.
Those are the keys to sustainable growth.
Now, let's switch gears for a moment and talk about tools. Because, as we all know, the Shopify App Store is overflowing with options.
Over 8,000 apps. It's incredible, but it can also feel a bit like information overload.
It's easy to get lost in the App Store jungle.
You even know where to begin.
Well, thankfully, Tufik Japan offers some great advice for navigating that App Store maze. He gives us a checklist of things to consider before we install anything.
A checklist, perfect. I love a good checklist. What's on it?
First up, branding. You want to make sure the app doesn't add its own branding to your store. Keep everything looking clean and consistent.
No logo conflicts.
Right. Next, check how the app impacts your page speed. A fast-loading website is essential these days.
People are impatient. If it doesn't load instantly, they're gone.
Speed matters. You also want to make sure the app plays nicely with your store's code and theme. We don't want any tech glitches.
No broken websites.
Exactly. And of course, you want to make sure the app actually enhances the user experience, not detracts from it.
Make things easier, not harder.
And lastly, you want to make sure the app is customizable and easy to use. No one wants to spend hours figuring it out.
I need tools that work for me, not against me.
Choose apps that empower you, not frustrate you.
This checklist is super helpful. It's like a roadmap for navigating the Shopify App Store.
It's all about choosing the right tools for the job.
So as we wrap up part 2 of our deep dive, I'm feeling pretty energized. Like I've got a whole new arsenal of strategies to try out.
It's a lot to take in, but the most important thing is to start taking action.
Pick one thing that resonated with you and go for it.
Absolutely. And we'll be back soon for the final part of our deep dive, where we'll wrap everything up and share some final thoughts on building a successful Shopify business. Stay tuned.
Welcome back to our Shopify Deep Dive. We've covered so much already, but there's one more thing from Mohammed Tufik-Kapan's article that I want to touch on.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, this growth engine concept he mentions.
That's it. It sounds kind of intimidating, to be honest.
It does, right? But it's actually pretty straightforward. Think of it like a system, a machine almost.
Okay, a system.
Yeah, a system that consistently brings in new leads and customers without you having to constantly chase them.
So it's like Set it and forget it.
Not exactly forget it, but it's about creating a sustainable cycle of growth.
I like the sound of that. Sustainable growth.
It all comes back to those core principles we've been talking about. Understanding your ideal customer, having a killer value proposition, implementing those 6 growth strategies.
So it's about putting all those pieces together in a way that creates this self-sustaining momentum.
Exactly. It's like building a well-oiled machine, where each part works in harmony with the others.
Okay, I'm starting to see the picture. So let's say for our organic baby clothes company, their content marketing is driving traffic to their website.
And because their store is optimized, a good chunk of those visitors are turning into paying customers.
And then some of those customers are referring their friends through that referral program, which brings in even more traffic and sales.
And those new leads are being nurtured through their email list, so they eventually become customers too.
Like a domino effect.
Exactly. And as they continue to learn and refine their strategies, that growth engine just keeps getting stronger.
It's like they're building this unstoppable force of growth.
That's the power of a well-designed growth engine. It's the key to long-term success in the e-commerce world.
This has been such an insightful journey. We've learned so much from Mohammed Tufekatera's article.
It's really made me think about my own approach to e-commerce.
Me too. And I think the biggest takeaway is that growing a Shopify store isn't about magic or hacks. It's about strategy and understanding your customer.
It's about building something you're proud of, something that resonates with people.
And before we sign off, I want to share a quote from Tufek Yapan that really stuck with me. He says, real growth means more customers, more revenue, and more profit.
But it's also about so much more than that, right?
It is. It's about building a brand you love, a business that thrives, and a legacy you can be proud of. So to all our listeners out there, don't just let this information sit in your mind. Take action.
Pick one thing that resonated with you and start implementing it today.
Start building your own growth engine step by step. And remember, we're here to support you on your journey. That's all for this deep dive. Until next time, happy growing.